Testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Guys, let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Hi, everybody. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I can hear myself because I had the phone on here. So, if you guys thought that the judge was going to pop up, wrong. It's me. And this is something, let me just do a little, not a disclaimer, but just a little um information. So I said that I want to start putting more content on the Real Judge Joe Brown YouTube channel. It's a channel I created so that you guys can hear our X Space live and on rebroadcast, right? And then sometimes chop it up and I can upload the clips. But we only do the X Space once a week. So with that said, it's like, okay, I need to put more content up on this channel and I need to be consistent. So we on a little break from the Man Up Show, which is every Monday and Thursday. That will be coming back. If not this week, definitely next week. And between that time, I need to get some stuff in order on where do I want to see both these channels go? How far I wanted to grow, of course. Of course, we have the Real Dana. I reached 100K this year, finally. And I wanted to grow even bigger. So it's like, okay, what plans do I have for the Real Dana? And then I look at this channel, it's almost 10,000. What plans do I have for this channel, the Real Judge Joe Brown? What content? How do I want to create content, right? Create content for each channel. So I always wanted to do something in the mornings. And by the way, you don't see my face because it's Sunday. But I always want to do something in the mornings during the weekday. And I really enjoy Tim Cass. So I'm going to copy kind of like the way he does it because he has 1, 2, 3, 4 YouTube channels. He has his main channel where he goes live Monday through Friday, and he upload clips sometimes from that live. Then he has his other channel, and that has over 1 million as well. And he go live by himself and he upload clips, right? So I want to do something similar to that. Now, mind you, I'm not the first content creator to look at another content creator and copy their format because the art of dialogue, the judge has been going viral for the past week. The Art of Dialogue interviewed him last weekend, and he's uploading different clips of the judge talking about Kamala Harris and everything else. A lot of stuff I talked about on my channel, what we went viral for several times, but the Art of Dialogue basically copied his format from Vlad TV. And it's not wrong with that, to a certain degree. And that's what I want to do. I'm copying Tim Cass. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, long story short, during this hiatus, I'm just trying to organize how I want to build out each channel, the Real Dana and the Real Judge Joe Brown. That's all, guys. So with that said, this is the new episode 1, first episode of podcast talk. Most likely I'm going to be by myself. If, maybe the judge will do a pop-up, but it's going to be during a weekday in the morning. So I'm going to make it my business to go live here either at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. Monday. I'm going to try and do it Tuesday because we may not do a Twitter Space Tuesday. Wednesday, maybe Thursday. Well, it's on this channel. So how about I do Monday through Friday? Or at least 3 days out the week on this channel in the mornings. So 30 minutes, no more than 30 minutes podcast talk with me. You're going to see my face most likely tomorrow. I just don't feel like putting on a pretty shirt. I don't feel like doing that. Sundays, I do rest my brain. I kind of like tune out. How I could tell you. So this first episode is basically an introduction to podcast talk daily, weekday podcast talk. Yeah. Every weekday podcast talk in the morning, because I never do anything in the morning. I'm not a morning person, but I need to make some changes in my life. You have to get focused. You have to sacrifice. You have to get uncomfortable. And those are the 3 things that I'm doing to start doing. I only eat 1 meal a day. I drink more water, and I'm going to start working out more consistently. So guys, please hit the like button. and share this video, right? So, what I want to talk about today, as you can see in the title, Michaela brings Kamala Harris to her knees at the Trump rally yesterday. So, Trump held a rally in Atlanta on Georgia State University campus. That's right in the heart of downtown Atlanta. First of all, the crowd was way bigger than Kamala Harris. He did not have any entertainers. No, he did not. He never have entertainers at his rally. Trump has people, whether it's the VP, local activists, or other politicians or someone in Congress. He has real life people opening him up for the rallies. Who is his opening act? He doesn't have, he don't even have like no rappers, no singers, not a Megan Thee Stallion. He doesn't even have entertainers introducing him, talking like a Quavo, because it is about policy and it is about business. When he gets up there and he talks for a minimum of 1 hour, because he's talking to the people, not 15 minutes like Kamala had in Atlanta last week. She talked for 15 minutes. Between the other speakers and Megan Thee Stallion and Quavo, that was longer than her actual speech. People were walking out before she even came up there. Raphael, you just got here. You're not going to see him during podcast talk. You will see him when we come back from break. I thought about calling him and asking him to pop up. But the purpose of a break is to have a break. But technically, he's still working. So anyway, but thank you, Raphael, for being here. So yeah, go back and listen to the beginning, because I kind of break down why I'm doing this, stuff like that. I just don't want to repeat myself. So anyway, it is a difference when you look at Kamala Harris at a political rally. Yes, this is live. You see live at the top. And a difference from when Donald Trump holds his rally. Donald Trump wants the people to be involved. He talks about policy. Yes, he's going to drag Kamala, crack jokes. That's what you're supposed to do. But he emphasized policy and where he wants to see this country going. Now, yesterday, oh my God, a star is born. Michaelah Montgomery. She's a student at Clark University. She worked at Chick-fil-A. She actually went viral a couple months ago in April with Donald Trump at Chick-fil-A. He invited her to come speak at his rally yesterday. And boy, did she tore Kamala Harris a new one. Yes, she did. And I'm going to play it. Yes, I am. Let's see how I'm going to do this. What did I do here? I did something. Which setup was it? I think it was this one. All right, let me share. Is it this one? Yep.
I'm so happy you all came out to see me. So, my name is Michaelah Montgomery. A lot of you guys know me as the girl from Chick-fil-A, but I am so much more than that. Not only do I serve as the CEO of Conserve the Culture, I am also the state director for Blexit down here in Georgia. I'm a Fulton County coordinator for America First Works, and I'm also launching a podcast on the Patriots Prayer Network. So put some respect on my name.
The only thing that I will push back on here is that Blexit BS. There's something about Blexit that was kind of, what do you call it? Too much pandering. It was like a bus.
Now, why don't we jump right into it? See, as a young single mother, I can tell y'all that rent is too damn high.
If your dream is to become a nurse, WGU.
Okay, so of course there's going to be a commercial.
I can tell you that as a young black voter, groceries are too damn high. And as an American citizen, period, seniors like my parents should never have to choose between medicine or food. It should never be the quality of life versus the quantity of life. And I don't want to hear, oh, but we capped the price of insulin and lowered the price of all these medicines. Yeah, but you raised the price of everything else, so it's about time to start telling the truth to Americans and let them know exactly what they're signing up for if they want to vote for Kamala Harris. We need to vote based on facts and not feelings. See, under Harris and Biden, the average Georgia household is losing $1,060 per month, and inflation is at 21.4%. And due to the war on energy, average gas prices have reached record highs for the state. We also did a poll, and 80% of us Black Americans are not happy with the current state of the economy, so I'm going to need 80% of y'all to vote accordingly in November. They love me. They love me. They really love me. The left wants you to get in your feelings about things that have been said, but I want you guys to pay attention to what has been done. They don't want to talk policy. They just want to use propaganda to steal your vote. The left is trying to tout this woman as a savior for the Black community, but all she's done is hurt the Black community since she came into the game. See, the first step in destroying the Black community is to dismantle the Black family. So aside from her record as a prosecutor, why don't we ask Mrs. Willie Brown if Kamala Harris cares about Black families? I wonder if Mrs. Willie Brown, a Black woman, is also with her.
Sorry, that was the moment that made her go viral when she made that comment. Because you have to understand, here is a young Black single mother. You know, I went to her Instagram. Dad is in her life. You know, she probably, most likely she come from a good family, going to college. But you know, and I don't know if she's married, so let's just say she's not, because she did say single mother, right? She's, you know, so, but that doesn't mean the father isn't in the kid's life. But she is the average, now not the average, but she is a Black American young woman that we all can relate to, that we all know. She's me, especially at that age. But she's being active in politics, and I respect her for that. But it was that one line. If you care so much about Black families, then let's ask Mrs. Willie Brown. Basically saying that you were sleeping with the married man, so you were technically breaking up a family. She could have talked about her record as, you know, attorney general and the DA or whatever out in San Francisco and California, but she's making it relatable to the general public. And she hit it right on the nail because it's still relatable. Listen, I'm a single mother. Rent is too high. Inflation. She does talk and takes a stab at the way the Biden administration has been running this country, but she makes it personal, but with facts. That was the line that made her go viral. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. She's not pandering. She's not acting like a coon. She's being herself. She has the energy. You know, to me, she does have that it factor. She does.
A few days ago, President Trump said he didn't know Vice President Harris was a Black woman. I'm trying to figure out what all the outrage is about because she's only Black when it's time to get elected. Did I lie? The same Black people who are mad at Trump for being confused about her race, ethnicity, nationality, whatever, are seemingly forgetting that while you're touting her as a savior for Black people, she identifies as an Asian woman. She chose her side and it wasn't ours. When asked if she would ever do anything specifically for Black people, she said no. Whereas Trump gave us the Platinum Plan, which specifically uplifted the Black community by increasing capital by almost $500 billion, creating 500,000 new Black businesses, and would give Black churches the ability to fight for federal resources for their communities.
And this is why she's relatable, because she told no lies. She told no lies. What has she done for the Black community? She's only Black, when it's convenient for her, for Kamala Harris. And that is the truth. And what gets me is, why are we Black Americans, why are we being fooled again with another Obama 2.0? It's the same Barack Obama playbook. And have we not learned anything for the first 2 terms that I did vote him as president for? So she told no lies, and she is sticking to policies. She is sticking to the facts. And this is what makes her so credible and so unique. And it's a major threat to the Kamala campaign, because here is a face. Yes, she just so happened to be a Black woman, but she is young, and she can motivate young people to get out and support and vote for Donald Trump.
And why are we acting like strong borders aren't a thing literally everywhere else in the world? Since when has being patriotic been a crime? See, a few weeks ago at the debate, Trump mentioned Black jobs, and a lot of people got in an uproar as if they didn't know what he meant. Well, we go to the polls and cast our Black vote. We go to the stores and spend our Black dollar. We live in our Black community, but for whatever reason, we draw the line at a Black job.
Wix gives you the power of a.
All right, so I'm not going to be playing the commercial. Here you go.
Oh, but wait, because if you're wondering what a Black job is, please, I encourage you all to drive through Atlanta at all these beautiful Black-owned businesses and check and see who works there. Probably a Black person working for a Black entrepreneur, recycling the Black dollar, creating Black generational wealth. If they come here illegally and they're taking your jobs and your resources, then please believe my cousins in the Appalachians, they coming for you too. And y'all know Kamala Harris has yet to say Laken Riley's name. As borders are, she opened the border to millions of illegal immigrants that have flooded American streets with deadly drugs and gangs that have spiked overdoses by over 124% and brought more crime into minority communities. So how's that for Black folks? But let's take race out of it. Just as a woman, period. How can you be a champion for women's rights when you're taking away opportunities from biological women and giving them to transgendered ones?
Again, she's absolutely right. Now, I'm going to actually do a video on Kamala Harris doing all types of wonderful things for the transgender community in San Francisco. I'm going to break down the interview that she did. She sat down with one of their organizations, I think it was last year. She sat down with someone from a transgender organization and was telling her all the wonderful things that she did in San Francisco to allocate resources, to create policies, to protect even the transgender that was arrested and convicted of crimes, to make sure that they get their meds and their surgery when they're in prison, when they're sentenced, to make sure when they come out of jail that they have resources to get employment and housing. Yeah. So she's absolutely right. Kamala is so far left. She is the most liberal politician ever, that alone should scare all of us.
I'll wait, y'all, because I wasn't done. See, how can you promote equity for women and you're allowing men to play in women's sports? And what kind of feminist would still allow men to enter their sacred spaces, i.e. our bathrooms and school locker rooms? Do I even need to mention the opening ceremony at the Olympics? Or the fact that Angela Carini was forced to fight a man and told us that she's never been punched so hard in her life. We cannot allow dangerous liberals who think things like this are okay into the White House, because my daughter will not be fighting a man at her wrestling match. And what I think both men and women can agree on is that national security is important. So who would y'all rather see lead us into war if it were so to happen? My silk-pressed sister Kamala or the big dog Donald Trump?
Well, technically, Michaela, she has on either that's a wig or a weave. So she really don't have it silk press herself, but I get the sentiments. And you know why she's brought up silk press? Because if you remember, what's her actress name? Kiki someone. She interviewed Kamala and she asked Kamala, do you get a silk press? Ghetto.
And lastly, I cannot get up here without mentioning my farmers, the backbone of this country. And aside from the Biden-Harris administration hurting you guys in ways we can't even comprehend by the rising cost of everything, Black farmers suffered even more due to the delays associated with the Inflation Reduction Act signed in 2022. Now, don't let the Biden-Harris administration fool you, because they waited until the 9th hour to sign off on disbursements as a last-minute attempt to garner support. But why would they hurt the agricultural industry? Probably because they're looking forward to making more money in the pharmaceutical one. And speaking of pharmaceuticals, because I promise I'm gonna wrap this up, when they bring up abortion and they talk about protecting your medical freedoms, don't be afraid to mention COVID. The Biden-Harris administration forced Americans to take an experimental vaccine and took away their jobs, their livelihoods, and their freedoms if they refused. Trump gave us a choice and Biden gave us a mandate.
All right, so I'm gonna pause it right there, and then I'm gonna play the clip when Donald Trump brought her out on stage with him. But that last part, should have went viral as well, because I didn't think of that. I'm like, damn, why didn't I put two and two together? You have this woman, this crazy laughing hyena running around the United States, happy that she's presidential candidate for the Democrat, right? For the Democrat Party, saying women's choice, women's health rights. But the only reason why you're saying women's choice is for the conversation for abortion. Well, women's choice means, do we have access to free health care, whether it's pap smears, mammograms, everything else, birth control, what you call it, Lamaze classes, maternal health care, which is very important because the United States in maternal health care is very low when you look at other countries throughout the world. But this woman is talking about women's rights, i.e. abortion. That's not women's rights just to get an abortion. And she's right. During COVID, we were stripped, depending on what state you were in, because they were following the federal mandate. And even if you were in a state like Florida, if you wanted to get federal grants or whatever, you had to follow this mandate, a COVID mandate. They stripped away your rights of choice, which have to do with your health. Mandatory masks, shutting down businesses, mandatory testing in order for you to keep your job, number one, and in order for you to get a job. So if you didn't bring in a test every week, take a COVID test every week and bring in your results, they were going to let you go. And then they allowed these companies and businesses to fire you if you did not want to get vaccinated. So that's not choice. How can she see you're fighting for women's choice when you took away all of Americans' choices related to their health? And this is what I'm saying, a star is born. because I didn't think of that. She hit everything on the nail. This is a 9-minute speech. She took jabs at her, but she also talked about the realities of the Biden administration policies, which is very important, which is technically getting lost in the conversation on if she's black or not. Is getting lost in the conversation of these divine nine saying we want to put the first black woman as president. Is getting lost with all the feminist talk, first woman president. Nobody is not talking about policies. This woman is saying that Donald Trump took away our woman's right to choose. No, bitch. It was you and the Biden administration. You literally took away our right to choose our own healthcare narrative. That's worse than Roe versus Wade being left to the states. I'm sorry. If you want to go and have all your abortions or whatever, then go to another state. And if you can't afford to go to another state, then you can't afford to have unprotected sex. But the fact is that I can't afford to lose my job. But if you are putting me in a half Nelson saying, well, you got to get this experimental shot, and if you don't, you're going to be unemployed. And it's bad enough during COVID, even after COVID, a lot of businesses didn't come back. Business was slow. Unemployment didn't last long. And on top of that, in New York State, if you were let go or fired because you refused to take the shot, they would have turned you down for unemployment. So you're talking about all types of state and federal laws that were violated, laws that were broken, constitutional laws that this administration was breaking because they didn't want to give you a choice. Kamala is an hypocrite. Yes, it is a dictatorship. Kamala is a hypocrite. And it took a young black woman, single mother, who Kamala Harris claims to be speaking for and fighting for, to actually bring her to her knees and reiterate and remind people of all of the trifling, bad policies, inexperienced, unintelligent, that this VP, who's the worst VP in history, what she has done. Drum major at CSU. Kayla is my friend down here in Atlanta. We went to school together. She's always been this way with lots of spirit. Love it. Listen, I would love to interview her. And if you still are in contact, can you please email me, danawiththedata@gmail.com, and hopefully connect me with her? Because I want to interview her, honey. I want to promote what she got going on. So please send me an email. And it's like, I didn't think of that. She's absolutely right. You sat up here and took away our right to choose our own health care. But then you want to sit up here and say Donald Trump wanted to get rid of Roe versus Wade? Like, you idiot. It had nothing to do with Donald Trump. The Supreme Court just gave it back to the state for the states to come to a decision on what do they want to do with it. And they have every right to. And if you have a problem with how your state voted, then you need to advocate and petition to get it overturned. So this was the end of her speech here. I wanted to bring up, if I could find it here, when Donald Trump invited her on the stage. Or is it here? It's one of these. Oh no, I thought I had the clip here. Oh, it may be this here. Let's see if this will play. I hope it's not a whole bunch of commercials. All right.
Young woman.
Can you guys hear?
I walked into, I don't know what the hell restaurant it was, but I walked into this restaurant. And we do it very quietly. We don't announce it. That's for security person reasons over there. I walked in. She's behind the counter, and she didn't know I was coming. And she goes, "It's President Trump." She looks at me. "It's President Trump. You saved my college." And I said, "How the hell do you know that?" She said, "You are. This one is so smart, so sharp." She grabbed me. She gave me a kiss. I said, "I think I'm never going back home to the First Lady."
You were supposed to keep that quiet.
See, now, for the average politician, that's death. For me, I don't care. I just want to tell you, you are an unbelievable person with a great personality. You lit up the whole room. You lit up the whole room. I said, weeks later, I'd go, "Who is that person that was so incredible?" She knew everything about me. She had no idea I was coming. She knew everything about me. And you know, the historically black colleges and universities, I gave millions and millions, billions of dollars to. They kept coming back. And I said, "Why are you doing this?" And we gave them long-term funding. And she knew that because she said her college, which was, she loved her college. She said it was so great, right? You loved it.
The illustrious CAU.
Yeah, that's right. She loved her college, and she said, "You saved my college." What was your college? Tell them.
The illustrious Clark Atlanta University.
And it was so impressive, and I felt so good because she really did. She really said, I said, "Did you like the college?" She said, "No, I loved that school. I loved that college." And that's what it's all about. But you are an incredible person. I think you have a tremendous future. I really do. And I'll do whatever I can to help you. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very much. Great job. You want to say something else?
Man, you know, I thought I was done. But I do want to add on to some of the remarks that were made by others, and we do need to do our best to get the message out there. The fight is nothing if all we do is talk about it amongst ourselves. So with that being said, since you said you'd help me, shameless plug, if y'all need anybody to knock doors, make phone calls, wave signs, get people out to the polls, call me at Conserve the Culture. Because not only do I mobilize the HBCU students so that they may get this message, but I'm the best person when it comes to black engagement in the black community. And nobody needs this message more than my folks. So do y'all care for real? Are y'all with us for real?
I like her. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think she is phenomenal. And that is what you need as far as your supporters in your campaign, canvassing. I actually went to her, and actually let me share this. I went to her Instagram. And I'm glad Donald Trump was able to bring her out. Let me bring this back up here. You know, this is her being interviewed with Revolt TV, you know, with Dom LaCree. This is her at the RNC convention. This is her at Mar-a-Lago. Yes, good for her. But it's, you know what? This is her on vacation. But she created conservative culture before she was even known. I'm trying to find, I did follow the website. I mean, not the website. I followed the, here we go. Conservative culture. Yeah. So they only have 632 followers, but they have been, this is 28 weeks ago. She has been out and about. She's been out and about getting young people to vote at her university. So this is before Trump even came into the picture. She has been active in the community before Trump came into Chick-fil-A. And what she did, she seen an opportunity when he came in there and she took advantage of it like she should have. She capitalized off it. And yes, they do have donate. Guys, go and donate. I am. I'm definitely going to conserve the culture. So, she's doing a damn thing. And I commend her for that. I think it's great, especially when young people get involved. I want to interview her. Shamika, that was me in the chat that you saw the judge at you. Please, and my email is right here going across the screen, danawiththedata@gmail.com. Can you please connect me with her? I would love to interview her. I want to have, I want people to go and donate. And I just, that energy, I love the energy. And she's very likable, very well spoken. So that was that. And real quick, before I get up out of here, one more thing I want to go to, because somebody at me on X. Oh, I almost fell out when I seen this. Let me share it. I almost fell out. Let's share. Because I said, if Beyonce comes out and verbally endorse Kamala Harris, I'm taking down the platinum plaque and I'm throwing my cowboy hats away. Mario Nawful on X says, Beyonce endorses Kamala Harris for president. Beyonce is stepping into politics, endorsing Kamala Harris for president and donating $4 million to her campaign. She's letting Harris use her music and plans to attend a fundraiser. Beyonce believes the stakes are too high to stay silent. So I went to the Daily Mail, where they have Beyonce planning shock political U-turn. So they're saying that she is set to attend a fundraiser. So the multi-Grammy winner, 42, has already given the vice president permission to use her song. That was more for capitalism, because she's getting paid for that. But it's set to go far further by donating to and endorsing Harris because she believes the stakes are too high. Beyonce has cleared her schedule to attend Kamala Harris fundraiser, an insider told the Daily Mail. So this is an insider. However, when this so-called fundraiser happens and Beyonce shows up, it is going to hit the press. Beyonce did endorse Hillary Clinton before the election, which was 8 years ago. Her and her husband. We forgave her for that. Hillary didn't win. So just because Beyonce endorses Kamala doesn't mean Kamala is going to win. But after you had a young black girl out of Georgia demolish Kamala Harris in 9 minutes with pure facts, I guess they had to come back with something. So you mean to tell me you had to go get Beyonce to top the young black girl, Michaelah Montgomery out of Georgia? This does not guarantee that Kamala Harris will win. And if people, Americans, I'm not going to just say black Americans, but all Americans, if you allow yourself to let an entertainer persuade you to support and vote for a politician, shame on you. Because it's not about policies. You're not voting for policies. You're voting for a likable competition. You're voting with your emotions. And you should only vote for policies. So Beyonce, listen, she is usually quiet about politics. And I said it before, every entertainer should be quiet. They should just shut up and dribble, shut up and sing, shut up and rap, shut up and dance. Because they don't know anything about politics. And they are paid to be a spokesperson for whatever candidate is paying them. Right? So it's like it's a false endorsement, pay to play. Or you'll play if you're paid. So you could go to all the fundraisers you want and raise all the money. It still won't get her ass in the White House. Let me share this. Beyonce and Jay-Z officially endorsed Hillary Clinton for president at star-studded Ohio concert. Here we go again with the concerts. Jay-Z brings Beyonce, Chance the Rapper, Big Sean, J. Cole along to light up the stage in Ohio for Hillary. Ohio, and I'm in Ohio. Ohio is one of the key battle states that you have to win in order to be president. And Ohio has turned blue in the past, and it has been red dominant most of the time. It is a Republican state because the governor and the majority of the state assembly are Republicans. However, you're talking about Cleveland, very blue. It's a lot of counties and a lot of cities that are very blue. So sometimes Ohio, just like Pennsylvania, is a toss-up. More so, Pennsylvania is kind of more blue a lot of times, or sometimes. Excuse me. But it is a toss-up, Ohio. So Hillary Clinton brought out Jay-Z and Beyonce. She brought out all these big guns. And this was in October of 2020. Was it 2020? No, it was before that. And still lost. Cleveland was fired up with Jay-Z Get Out the Vote concert in support of Hillary Clinton. Oh, this was updated in 2020, but this was back in 2016. But it still didn't get her ass to the White House. So just because Beyonce comes out and supports Kamala doesn't mean that she is going to get to the White House. It doesn't mean that. But I am disappointed. It is what it is. Will I still go to Cowboy Carter? I don't know. It depends on how I feel next year. As long as Kamala is not the president. But I'm very disappointed that Beyonce is going to pull her beak in politics and don't know shit about politics. Maybe because they're part of the so-called Illuminati and they don't have a choice but to come out when they are summoned. Like Amanda Seales said, she was summoned by Kamala Harris. And maybe Kamala Harris summoned Beyonce and say, if you don't play, then we're going to make sure that all your husband's dirty secrets come out. They play that game. That's how politics get down. It's a dirty business, politics. It's dirty. So, yeah. But guys, I just wanted to share that, I think this is cute. Listen, so Drum Major and Shamika, if you guys could please get me in contact with Michaelah Montgomery. Can you, hopefully you're able to do it this week, because I definitely would love to bring her on the platform and interview her. I think she's great. We need more young people to get out there and canvas and make it happen, but do it for Donald Trump. Yes, I am going to encourage you to vote for Donald Trump, because I want you to vote for policies that are going to help you in this country. So you vote for Donald Trump, you are voting to have a prosperous future. And I love to see young people, no matter what political party you support, getting out there and getting involved in politics. It's very important to get involved in your local politics. All right, guys. So listen, House of Dragons is coming on tonight at 9 p.m. and I will be tuned in. Thank you guys so much for coming on. And I'm gonna do this again tomorrow morning. I don't know what the viewership would be like. And I think if I'm consistent, I think if I am consistent, then, viewership will increase and I could get this channel to 10K and plus and beyond. No celebrity endorsements matters. It may not be true, Dana. Which part? I saw Elon Musk giving 45. No, that's not true. He doesn't even have that much. 45 million a month. He's not wealth. Nobody is wealthy like that to give $45 million away every month to a campaign. And literally you can't, because it is a cap. So that's not true. Why do y'all believe everything somebody says? Don't believe that. Thank you, Kataya. That's right. Trump. Yes, Lisa. Yeah. I need someone who knows what they're doing, who knows how to make a deal, who is not afraid to talk business and tell people, F you if we can't make a deal or if you don't follow suit when he's talking to foreign leaders. He has the respect of Russia and China, whether they like him or not. You could dislike someone and still respect them. So when they say, oh, nobody likes Trump on an international stage, who gives a shit? He doesn't care, but they all respect him. They don't respect her. I don't want to see her meeting with the leaders of Saudi Arabia or the leaders of Taiwan or China or whoever the hell else. And she's just laughing. And she has that hyena laugh and look. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry, not for this country. And this country has a whole lot of problems, historically and present day. But damn it, this is the best country in the world, which is why people be swimming across 3 goddamn oceans to get here and trying to hop over a very tall fence. So, with that said, everybody enjoy your Sunday. Listen, you don't like women leaders. I get it. I mean, there is a place for women to be leaders. President of the United States of America is not one of them. Damn sure not her. But going forward, though, these podcast talk shows, I said I didn't want to go over 30 minutes, but let's just say 45 minutes tops. I don't need for them to be long. But anyway, guys, I will be back tomorrow morning. Have a wonderful Sunday. And I'll see you tomorrow morning here on the Real Judge Joe Brown YouTube channel. Bye. And thank you for tuning in.